Hello, I'm Tim Smith with the Adams County Historical Society. And today we're standing along Seminary Ridge, west of Gettysburg, near the Chambersburg Turnpike. And yet another installment of our Battle Babies videos. If you like the historical content we've been putting up on our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and perhaps share this video with some of your friends. We mentioned in a previous video that it was widely publicized that Kenneth Lewis McClellan was the youngest veteran of the Battle of Gettysburg, born to Georgia Wade McClellan in the Jenny Wade House on June 26, 1863. But depending on how you count, there are actually 2 or 3 other children that were born after that that would have been veterans of the battle. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of those. Samuel Griffin McConaughey was born on June 26, 1863, in the town of Gettysburg on Chambersburg Street. His father was David McConaughey. Now, we're not sure exactly what time of day he was born, but June 26 was the day that the Southern Army came into Gettysburg for the first time, the command of Juba Early. And we know that David McConaughey was scouting the Confederate Army and gathering information about the size of the unit that passed through Gettysburg. One can only imagine the reaction to his wife while she's in labor. He's out gallivanting around, spying for the Northern Army. Now, on June 30th, 1863, there was another child born. And I actually came across this fact when I was doing research for a book I wrote on Lee's headquarters. Behind me is the widow Thompson's house. The widow Mary Thompson, of course, is famous because her house was Robert E. Lee's headquarters from the evening of July 1st until the morning of July 4th, 1863. And it was heavy fighting around this house and on this ridge during the first day of the battle. But the day before the battle, her daughter-in-law, Mary Jane Arendt Thompson, gave birth to a child in this stone house. Mary's son, James Henry Thompson, had joined the 165th Pennsylvania Drafted Militia as a substitute in 1862. And at the time of the battle, he was stationed near Suffolk, Virginia. And on June 30th, his wife gave birth to a child in this house. According to family legend, on the first day of the battle, the family was huddled in the cellar here. Mary Jane Arendt Thompson, her newborn infant, and another child. And after the fighting was over, she actually fled through the Union lines to a relative's house west of the town. The child did not live long. As a matter of fact, the child died on March 8th, 1864, at 8 months, 9 days of age. Her burial permit in the Evergreen Cemetery confirms the date of her birth. And her baptismal and the burial permit both list her name as Jane Meade Thompson. Mary Jane Arendt Thompson died in 1870. And today, she is buried in an unmarked grave in Evergreen Cemetery alongside her daughter Jane. James Henry Thompson moved to Illinois and eventually remarried. But the story of this battle baby was handed down through the Thompson family.